entire year. And so I'm very happy to be able to share it with all of you. We're here tonight to celebrate women activists in the spirit of Clara LEMLICH. And Clara LEMLICH's daughter is here tonight, and this incredibly beautiful quilt by a woman named Robin, who's here tonight, and a quilt dedicated to the women, and all these beautiful women who have done amazing things that they're going to tell you about themselves, and some other beautiful women that we've honored in years past. So I'd like to begin by having present and past honorees to stand up so we can applaud them, because that's the point of tonight.
Learned about her going on 7-decade career in local TV, and I was really impressed with the way that she put importance on documenting the stories of the local community, so the little people. And I learned a lot along this path of being with GLTNDORA about persistence and about resilience against institutions in particular that try to censor the local people's voices and from our communities. In 1994, Cablevision canceled GLTNDORA's public access TV show for not liking something that she had to say. And instead of letting them violate that public access law that states that no PEG station may exercise editorial control, what did GLTNDORA do? She went to the library, studied the law, and then represented herself against Cablevision and won. And no offense to any lawyers here, but she does not believe in lawyers. She believes in the law and representing herself. And since that, she had taught a lot of people in the communities she's inserted herself in and her television community about the law, and a lot of them have represented themselves. One man is here all the way from Washington, D.C., who she inspired and taught about the law, and he's won some cases against some corrupt judges. Which is a big fight. So she's taught me to represent myself, the power in self-representation, and that we all must really fight for what we believe in, like all of the women who have been honored here today and in the years past, and Clara LEMLICH especially. In these struggles, in GLTNDORA's struggles, she's taught me to be informed of those injustices that happen in this world. And knowing our rights is to be happy. She's really stuck on happiness, which I think is something that seems really difficult to get a hold of sometimes. We all deserve happiness. She has a really unique sense for the human spirit when she seamlessly inserts herself into different communities, regardless of their religions, race, class, gender, sexual orientation, and she gives space to these people in her communities to tell their stories to the public, and especially those stories that aren't covered in mainstream media. GLTNDORA's show right now is on 68 cable stations across the United States, and I think that she makes community media to inspire others to do the same and to document their histories and the richness in their histories and the importance of our histories. And if anybody tries to stop us, make a big stink about it, and put it on TV. And also I've learned from GLTNDORA that a little bit of humor goes a long way. So thank you, and thank you GLTNDORA for teaching me that.
Hi there, folks. Do you believe in miracles? Well, Vicki and I came down from Albany today, and we found a parking place. And Esther Cohen, I asked her, do I have to give a speech? And she said, yes. And I said, well, how long? And she said, 5 minutes. So I'm going to save the last 2 minutes for the applause. It's never been used. I regret to inform you that this month's clairvoyance meeting has been canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. A midget fortune teller escaped from jail, and the headline in the newspaper was small, medium, and large. The lawyer said, I want a new trial on the basis of new evidence. The judge says, what's the new evidence? I just found out my client has another $10,000. Adam is talking to God, and he says, God, why did you make Eve? And God says, I thought you were lonesome. Well, God, why did you make her so beautiful? So you would like her. Well, God, why did you make her so dumb? So she would like you. This church had a Bible selling contest, and the man who sold the most Bibles started severely. And the parishioner said, well, what did you say to the people to sell the most Bibles? And he said, I just said, do you want to buy a Bible, or do you want me to read it to you? Well, now, folks, the activism started during 1950s and 60s. I was on TV for General Electric, and it was a children's show, and I wanted to start out small. And Bobby Reno said it was a ship. And I was the skipper. And I told him that the SS GLTNDORA stood for steamship, and they said, no, it stands for stupid show. And Bobby Reno said, you showed us little girls that we could grow up and be skippers of a ship. And we could grow up and be skipper of a satellite. And so that was kind of a good thing for young ladies to know that the world wasn't run by men. And then the next thing on TV was being able to go on TV and in 30 seconds, tell 4 jokes and do a pitch. And those were, you probably remember those were all around WNBC TV, WCBS TV, and WABC TV here in the great New York market. And then came the GLTNDORA Happy Book, and it said, count 15 blessings every hour, and rejoice about something every quarter hour. And then came physics and love. Physics and love. What you people are talking about here tonight is love. And it occurred to me, and doesn't it to you, that love is a force. And it follows all the laws of physics. Newton's third law, Newton's second law, Newton's first law. And that's what you've been doing all of your lives. A force. Mass, acceleration, and moving people onward. Now, next activism was when Cablevision, as Victoria told you, exercised forbidden editorial control over public access TV. Don't you think that's a great institution? You cannot exercise editorial control over public access TV. We are the ones, folks, who are not owned by the corporations, and we can tell the truth. And so they took the program off the TV, and then I sued them. And the judge ruled that GLTNDORA has a statutory right to be on TV and must be returned to TV. Now, who is Cablevision? Hey, Cablevision owns Madison Square Garden, the New York Rangers, the New York Knicks, Radio City Music Hall, the Rockettes, and Long Island Newsday. And they were told to put the program back on, and it was a pro se that did it. Now, the other lawsuits, I was in the courts for 20 years, and the corrupt judges, the crooked lawyers, and even the clerks are abominable. And I must have sued over 100 judges. George McDermott here has sued over 80. I even sued 8 judges of the Supreme Court of the United States. And upon this basis, folks, that they took an oath to protect the Constitution of the United States, and they perjured that oath. The GLTNDORA Public Access Television Network, folks, goes from Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego, Los Angeles, clear across the San Antonio, Texas, clear across to Washington, D.C., up the East Coast to Jersey, Philadelphia, all of the 5 boroughs of New York City where you folks live, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And the particular activism that's going on today is happiness. And we use as our teachers Buddha, and we use Brother Lawrence, who had a great ability to stay in the presence of God, and Jesus the Christ. And now we are activism for good eating, plant-based diet, a saintly regimen of eating, and we are activists for the animals. And let's see. This is funny, I think. The kids in the old days used to say, we watch GLTNDORA on TV. You know what they say now, folks? We watch GLTNDORA on the computer. Isn't that interesting? Well, last thing I have to say to you all is that the activism today on TV, on the 68 TV stations, and this is 10,396 programs, is this. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbors yourself. Jesus said it, and Jesus was right.
Kathy Andrade was a recipient of the LEMLICH Award in 2001.